Hello, Year 8. Let's have a little look at exercise 703, dealing with the mean and the mode, both of which are statistical measures to help us understand sets of data. Now with the mode, I'm going to deal with that one first, so I'll skip down here. The mode is the most common or frequent score, most common one. Now the thing with the mode is it can be more than one score, or it can be none of them. Just say if a set of scores, every score is the same amount, like if you had 3 3s and 3 4s and 3 5s, then there's no mode. But you can have more than one. I'm just going to skip down here to have a little look. Question 1 here. Residents in a street were surveyed about the number of children living in each household. And here's our set of results. And by the looks of things, ranges from 0 up to 4. Let's see how many of each one. With the 0, there's 2 of them. With 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3's only got 1, and 4's only got 1. So because 1 and 2, that's the households with one child. There's the same number of households that have 2 children. So 1 and 2 are the mode, both of them, because they both got the most occurring. So the mode is 2 and 1, both, because they've both got 4. Sometimes the mode can be a word, as in question 4. The most occurring is going to be the mode. So that's the mode. Let's go back again now. So the mean, it's very important to understand the mean is a statistical measure of what we call average. And it is obtained by adding up all the scores and dividing by the number of scores. And the symbol is what they call X bar. So, very important that we understand the sum of the scores, which you add them all up, and divide by the number of scores. Now, just to help us understand this a little bit, I've got statistics from new cases in New South Wales of COVID for August and September so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the mean for September. So I'm just going to do a little auto sum, and down here, that's all of September so far, 16,659. Now to find the mean, I'm going to divide that by 12, because there's 12 days. Equals that divided by 12. So the mean number of new cases daily in New South Wales for September is 1,388.25. Now I'll do the same for August. So let's do an auto sum. This time it's for the whole of August. $18,000, that's the number of new cases over the whole of August. Notice it's more than for September, but the difference is that this one is measured over 31 days. This one's measured over 12. So let's do the mean for this one. Equals that number. This time is divided by 31, because there's 31 days. Okay, so the mean for August was 591.4194 new cases per day. September so far, it's 1,388. So even though that total's more, the mean is less because there's more days. Okay, let's go back. So remember, mode is the most occurring, most often, most frequent score, and it can be more than one score, or in some cases it may be none of the scores because they're all the same amount. and then the mean is symbol is x bar, and that's the sum over the number of scores divided. Okay, let's have a little look here, because I'm now going to also deal with this idea of using a calculator as well as doing question 1. Okay, so let's back to our one. We found the mode. It was 2 and 1. Both of them had 4 scores, and same number of households in this street had 2 children as 1 had children. Okay, now to get the mean, we'll use a calculator to show you how to do it for these other questions. Right, so on the calculator, I'm just going to, it's already set up. So I'm going to go, so normally a calculator would look like this, but to set it up for statistics, we click on mode and 2 for stat and 1 for that. You should end up with a screen like that. Mode, 2 and 1. Now what you do then, we put all these scores in one at a time, followed by equals. 2 equals, 1 equals another 2, and then 0, 3, 2, 1, 1, 4. Remember, press equals after each one. 1 and 0 equals. That tells me there's 12 scores. 13 is blank because there's nothing there yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 scores. Okay, once we get all the scores in, we press the AC button, which normally clears everything, but not in statistics. So the screen's blank. We need to do that because we need to go to another screen. Shift and 1, and we're looking for 4. And then that's the number of scores. We don't need to worry about these two. X bar is what we're looking for, so 2. And equals. And there's the mean. 1 decimal place, that would be 1.6. So that's how you get the, using a calculator to get the mean. Now, to go back to normal calculating or to clear out the data, just click on mode and 1 for comp. And then when you want to do the calculating again, you go mode and 2 and 1, and then put in each score followed by equals. So that's using the calculator to get the mean. And so that's question 1 we've basically done. Question 2 is one of the first question you'll do. Finding the mean and the modes. Now for the other ones I'll put up on the Google Classroom, but I want to focus on question 9 for a sec, just to give you some another aspect to it all. 2-year A classes scored the following marks in their PE assignments. Now, I'm going to do one very quick. How many do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 scores. 5 and 5. And we get 3 6s. And 3 7s. And finally an 8. Okay, 11 scores. Now, next step, once we've got all the scores in, we press AC, then go Shift, 1, 4, and 2. So the mean is 6.09, and that's repeater. Now, to help you just make it quicker, the 8y, that's the 8 y's mean or average. The mode is different. That looks like a 5 for that one. Yeah, there's 4 5s and there's only 3 of those and one of those. So 5 is the mode of that one. Just so happens that the mean for 8Z is the same. Same mean for 8Z, exactly. And just have a little look at how the fact that 8Z, the scores are spread further. Then 8Y is more consistent with their marks, even though they end up with the same mean. The 8Z starts with 3 and goes to 10. Now, that's this one. Describe the difference between each way each class has its marks spread out. Yep. 8Z is more consistent, and 8Z, the marks are spread out further. There's a wider range. This last one. Now 8Z does a test, and they scored D's, but Lisa was away. So there's only 10 scores there, not 11. And so the question is, what mark would Lisa have to score so her class has the same mean? Basically, that means that after Lisa does her test, the mean should be the same. So what we do this one is, I'm just going to multiply this times 11, because there was 11. There we are. So if we added up the scores of 8Y, they would have come up to 67, and the same for 8Z. So for the mark to be the same mean, the total of these scores, including Lisa's, would also have to be 67. So it would be the difference between what it is now and 67. So what is it now? 9, 14, 20, 26, 32, 39, 46, 55, that can't be right. I'll try that again. 4, 9, 14, 20, 26, 32, 39, 46, 53, 63. But you now have to score 2 to get it to 62. Yep, I just lost track, but basically the total's got to be the same. When you add up these ones, including Lisa's, I'm going to do one more time. 9, 14, 20, 26, 32, 39, 46, 53, 63. So Lisa would have to score 4 to get the mean the same. Okay. And so the questions will be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 11. And they're the ones for exercise 703. Thanks everyone.